I'm back again, and I'm in labor. So I was right, I guess, early in the morning, 2 o'clock a.m. yesterday, because it's midnight now. I started having contractions, which I thought were just cramps, but they didn't go away, and they kept on getting closer and closer and closer and closer until they got 7 minutes apart, and they wouldn't go away. So I'm like, let me just go to the doctor. So they determined that they are contractions, that I'm in early labor, about to go into active labor. I'm 2.5 centimeters. I'm dilating slowly, of course. There was a bit of a hiccup, I guess, with the fetal heartbeat, Artemis' heartbeat. Whenever I have a contraction, his heartbeat's supposed to go up, or like at least go up and down, like have a change, but it's like flat, no change at all, and that's not what's supposed to happen. So they're a little worried, so they're gonna wait a couple more hours to see if I go into active labor, and if I don't, they're gonna try to speed it up with some Pitocin, and that's where I'm at. So I'm almost 24 hours that I started my labor. Oh god, here comes the contraction. Oh. I was trying to vlog. Oh. 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 Hi. Anyways, so that's that. They're still 7 minutes apart. They're gonna check me in an hour and see if I'm dilated, and if I'm not, then they're gonna start the Pitocin, and we'll see how that goes. Look what I did. He's here. My labor started at 2 a.m. on a Saturday morning. So it was 2 a.m. on Saturday. I didn't know they were contractions, so the whole day I kind of just shrugged them off as cramps because I read that was normal. But then I started seeing more of a pattern, like they wouldn't go away. It was like an hour, every hour, and then it started to be every 30 minutes, and then it was every 15 minutes, and then it was every 7 minutes, and they kept getting stronger and stronger, and I couldn't ignore them to the fact where I couldn't even go to sleep. So like around 8 o'clock, I finally told Ron. I was like, yeah, I think we should probably go back to the hospital. He's like a little bit annoyed at me because I didn't tell him that they were timed and that they were starting to get closer together. So we went to the hospital. We took all of our stuff. Because they sent me back the first time, I wasn't sure that I wanted to go back again and it'd be a false alarm again. But then again, I didn't want it to be, you know, something serious. So I decided to go. I can't believe my hair's still straight. I didn't really sweat that much. Oh, babe, I didn't sweat. The process was pretty lengthy. I did labor on my own without even knowing it, from 2 to, I want to say, I think 2 to 2. At 4 a.m. they checked me and I was 4 centimeters, and at that point the contractions were so strong that I was starting to lose control of my body in the way that I couldn't calm down, because it was that painful. Like my body started shaking a lot, and I couldn't regain control of myself. So at that point I was like, okay, time for pain medication, because even though I didn't want anything, at that point I was dilating pretty slow. Even though I was making changes, it would have taken me another 24 hours to dilate to a full 10. And I don't know if I could have made it that far. So I talked it over with my doctor, and they were kind of suggesting that he needed to come out a little sooner too, because his heart rate would drop every time I had a contraction, and they just weren't happy with that, and they just wanted him to come out sooner than later. So they gave me a couple options, and I chose to do an epidural and see if that relaxed me enough to start getting more open. And sure enough, they checked me at and I was 4 centimeters, and then they checked me again, I want to say at like 6 or 7 a.m. and I was full 9 centimeters. So yeah, the only bad thing about the epidural that I felt was like I couldn't feel anything. So anything they told me to do, like to shift or to hold my legs and to push, like I couldn't feel anything. But the pushing part wasn't as long as I thought it was gonna be. I had them vaginally, so thank God for that. I think I pushed 3 times each round, and I went for like 4, almost 5 rounds of pushing. And then they had to, because his heart, every time I pushed, his heart rate would go down too. So they're like, okay, we need to get him out now. So they had to use the vacuum the last time that I pushed, just to get him out completely. And they finally got him out. The whole process, the pushing process, took less than 30 minutes. But yeah, he was out. They found the umbilical cord had wrapped around his neck. And then he was face up instead of face down. Before, on my last ultrasound, he was facing my butt, and when he was born, he was actually facing up. So he had turned. And they were surprised that I didn't feel more pain during my labor. It was supposed to be more painful than that, really. They're like, yeah, he was literally pushing against your spine, and you weren't feeling any back pain at all. I'm like, nope, everything was right at my abdomen. I had no pain anywhere else besides my abdomen. So that's why I didn't think they were contractions, because usually, from what I heard, they start off at the top of your uterus and they kind of roll down, I guess. And I wasn't feeling none of that. I was feeling basic cramps that you would feel during your period, but like 100 times worse. So that's how it all went down. And he's here, and he's good. He's been passing all his newborn testing. Okay, he is breathing and eating and everything. The only thing I'm having issues with is like breastfeeding. Like, he's not latching on correctly, and I thought it was my fault, but technically it's my fault because I'm not leading him correctly, because I'm just scared because he's a newborn. But besides that, there's something to do with his tongue. They explained it to me that it's kind of short, so I have to do a couple more tricks to be able to breastfeed him. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm practicing before I go home tomorrow. So this is my last night here. I feel fairly confident about going home. I'm a little scared, but we've been doing really well. Like, surprisingly, like, we've been on our own since I gave birth to him. They only helped us change his diaper once, and then they only helped us bathe him once, which Ron has been doing a great job at taking care of him while I recover, because I had a hard time regaining feeling in my legs. It took like half a day for me to be able to even stand up. It sucked, because I guess I'm really sensitive to like anesthesia. I remember during my gastric bypass, if you guys saw my video, I couldn't stand up for like a whole day. It was so bad. Like, it took a really long time for it to wear off. So I should have figured it would happen the same with the epidural, but I didn't think about that. But yeah, finally, when I did regain, the use of my legs, I started trying to walk around and all that. And I'm trying to have Ron show me how to do everything so I can help him out too. But we'll be going home tomorrow, and I don't know how often I'm going to be posting videos for you guys for right now, because I'm trying to feed him every 2 hours, and that's pretty exhausting. So I guess I'll see you guys soon.